today we get to honor a young woman who many of you know as our council page, Miss Ayanna Zenzele-Rushing. She's been with us for quite some time. She was here in the previous council. She carried over. She constantly showed up during COVID. She was always prepared, always on time. Truly, truly appreciative of all the work that she's been able to do just in the past 100 days for this council. But I know that was also indicative of what she was able to do for the previous council term. Ms. Ayanna was placed with us through the Maryland Youth in the law. She's a student at Bard Early College, high school. Members, a copy of Ayanna's paper can be found on your desk. So right now, Ms. Zenzele-Rushing, the floor is yours.
Thank you. Okay, so I did my advocacy project on homelessness in Baltimore City. I'm not Zenzele-Rushing, and I am a student at Bard High School Early College. I'm a senior, and I'm also the Baltimore City Council page. A little more about me. I'm co-founder of the Queen Daughters, which is a nonprofit humanitarian outreach. And part of our work is aiding the homeless in our community. So when I had an opportunity to do an advocacy project, I, of course, chose the topic of homelessness. I completed this project hoping to bring attention to homelessness in the city of Baltimore. And when I was doing my research, I came across a lack of accessible shelters and transitional housing, an abundance of underutilized space and unaffordable housing in Baltimore City. So the first homelessness in Baltimore City would be a lack of shelters and transitional housing. Shelters are places that provide temporary residence for homeless people, so they can be protected from weather exposure and things like that. And transitional housing is temporary housing, which is typically a room or apartment that provides services for those who can't afford. The problem here is that there are only 31 of these shelters at home, and we need more of them. It would help keep them more safe from outside dangers, and it would make it easier for them to find stable income for the future. Second issue is underutilized space. Baltimore has a lot of underutilized space. It can be used for the benefit of homeless people. This is a map of vacant properties projected for demolition in the summer of 2020. As you can see, it's highly concentrated. There were a lot of buildings projected for demolition. And these aren't all the vacant properties. These were just the ones that were being demolished summer 2020. And within the past year, we've had 1,622 vacant buildings. This space can be used more productively. Like, for example, we can make them into resource centers, job development programs, education, health service programs, or simply just as dwelling space. We just find more effective ways and more efficient ways to make the rest of these people more comfortable, eventually lead them out of homelessness. Third issue that I talk about in my project is the lack of affordable housing. Property taxes in Baltimore City are high, and most people cannot afford their living situation, so that creates a lack of affordable housing. Property taxes are 1.72%, and as you can see, that's high on in comparison to the other counties in Maryland, where about here with the longest. Property taxes are too high for the citizens of Baltimore City, and they should be lowered. Maybe Baltimore City can, the Baltimore City Council can provide tax vouchers for residents to offset this price a little bit. The decrease in the tax rate would make housing more affordable and would decrease homelessness because housing would be more accessible. So, in conclusion, for my advocacy project, I found that there is there's a lack of accessible shelters and transitional homes. There's unaffordable housing and an abundant unutilized space. So I'm asking the council to move to use funding in a way that will help provide homeless people with these programs or these amenities whether that's rebudgeting, fundraising, vouchers, just for us to get it more in the conversation, so we can repurpose the space and make something more available and make the lives of these people in our community better. I'm sure in turn make our city better. So thank you for your time.
No, thank you. We sincerely appreciate your presentation, your advocacy, and definitely your assistance. Again, not just with the previous council, but with the current council. You have definitely been part of the glue that's kept us running smoothly in very difficult and challenging times. Again, your responsiveness, your timeliness, your willing to just kind of pitch in during very difficult situations truly shows exactly who you are. But it also shines a huge bright light on the future that we have with young folks like you all across this city. So I know you're going to be with us for a few more meetings, but I just want you to know how much we value your help and your assistance, and we look forward to supporting you for years and years to come. So if I ask at this point for the council to give Ms. Ayanna a huge round of applause for all that she's done for us and what she means to the city and what she'll do in the future. So thank you.
Thank you.